Hi, folks. It's Jody Franklin, and I'm thrilled today to have Travis Houston with me. Travis is the founder of Heal at Scale and also Protocol to Program, a program that I've participated in and got unbelievable information from about putting a program together, and it's really up-leveled my practice so much. I'm thrilled to have him here today because he's going to show you all the $1 Million Calculator and how to have different streams of income coming in so that you're making that $1 million a year that I know most of us want to make. So Travis, thank you so much for joining us. I can't even believe all I've learned from you. You're just such a rock star, and Joy is such a rock star. I thought I knew so much about marketing myself, and just you've helped me up level it to just exponentially, let's say. But thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm so happy to be here. And Jody, you're such obviously you're a rock star, you're a pro. And I may have seen 2 days ago, you did a presentation that was like so on point. I was like, she's such a star because she was using the stuff that, she learned in Protocol to Program, not even to sell a program, but for other things. So it's everything that we're going to talk about today is you can transition it to so many other things. I was like, Jody, I was so proud of you. I was literally like cheering, hearting, liking your presentation 2 days ago. It was fantastic.
Oh, that is so funny. I can't believe you saw that because I wasn't sure if you're going to look at it and say she's plagiarizing, but I did use the entire template from what I learned at Protocol to Program because my conversion rate is so much higher. And in fact, I'm using this to put together a group program. But in the meantime, I was working with a ton of people who have urticaria, the disease, the hives, chronic hives, which is what I had. And I used that same template to present to a group of people with urticaria. And I've worked with dozens of people now in my practice who have urticaria now. The conversion is so much higher than anything I've ever used before. So I'm like, well, I'm going to talk about something else and I'm going to use this template, and I'm continuing to use it. So
I will say I've worked with so many A players. I've spent millions and millions of other people's money, and I've spent tons of my own money. We figured out what works. And isn't it nice to be able to have a template you can just follow, and it works in so many different markets and places? So what we're going to talk about today is, I'd say for the most part, clarity. We're going to get really clear today, and then we're going to get focused in on just doing only the things that make the most sense. So today really is about, it's called the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator, but at the end of the day, Jody, it's clarity. Today is going to be so much about getting clear and focused on exactly the right next step.
awesome.
So would it be okay if we just kind of went right into it?
Yeah, let's do that for sure.
So I have as you know, I like to use my iPad a lot. So I'm going to draw on the iPad. What I love is interaction and questions. So as I'm going through things, I literally, okay, Travis, I have a question about this, or I want to know about that. I love interaction. I love questions. Now, if you're seeing this live now, ask them live. If you're seeing it in the replay, I will be watching the comments for the replay for days. So if you still have questions, ask them, because I want to make sure that this ends up being like a really useful, like a highly useful training for you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my iPad, and everyone put good energy out there. The tech gremlins are staying away, and it is working. And hopefully, Jody, you can see my screen. Yeah. Okay, so the most important thing about right now is that you get access to the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator, because I need you to have this, because I want you to have your own copy of it. It's a little piece of software that I created, and I want you to be able to have access to it. So I've got about like maybe 4 or 5 slides I want to go through, but the reason I want to go through 4 or 5 slides is so you can download this, because it'll take 3 or 4 minutes for you to opt in, for the email to send the calculator to you. So the place that you get this calculator is healatscale.com/Jody. So I want you to go to healatscale.com/JODI2023. So healatscale.com/Jody 2023 will take you to a page that looks just like this here. Okay, so let me just draw on it. It'll look like this. What I want you to do is click the button. There's going to be an orange button on the page. Just scroll down to see the orange button. opt in. It'll ask you for your first name and email address. Okay. So you've got to opt in for that. And then it'll send you an email in about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So to get the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator, and you're going to want this because you're going to want to run your own scenarios. I'm going to be going through some examples, but this will be so beneficial for you and honestly, really good use of your time today. I promise that. When you can run your own projections and your own numbers, and you can find out clearly what to focus on next in your business by going to healatscale.com/JODI 2023. So go do that while I'm going through a few slides so you have time to get the email sent to you. And then we're going to go through the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator together. Okay. So I want to start off by asking a question. And it's important that we answer this question. So the real question is, what if? What if you don't have to make your income, like your overall revenue, like what you support your family and your household on, only from one-on-one care with patients, with program participants, with clients, but not seeing people? Could be virtually. Maybe you're seeing your patients virtually. Maybe they're coming into your clinic. However you're seeing people, what if you didn't only have to make your money from working one-on-one with your patients, program participants, or clients? Okay. What if, and wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to overbook your schedule with one-on-ones to make the income that you need to make to run your lifestyle, whether it's virtual or in person? I want to talk about a better way today because I want you to be able to have the time and the money to explore your wildest dreams. And to do that, you need flexibility. You need to be able to have a flexible schedule. One of my good friends is an ND, a naturopathic doctor, and she was just saying the other day, I'm so frustrated that when I've got to go to the post office and the bank, that's an hour that I can't be seeing a patient like in clinic. And so it loses me money to go to the post office or the bank. I want you to have some multiple streams of revenue coming into your business, so it's not all about one-on-one. And now I'm going to be talking about something that, I don't know, I think brings up some weird feelings for people when I talk about $1 million. Okay. So if $1 million seems too big for you, remember today is about one thing. I'm just going to write the word. Today, this call, what we're doing right now is about one thing, and it's about clarity. So you'll hear me talk about clarity. We just want clarity. So what if you had one clear path to follow that shows you the right next best thing to do in your business? And that is by utilizing a tool I created called the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator. And you can get this, of course, by going to healatscale.com/Jody 2023. That will take you right to a page, and then it's going to send you an email that's going to give you access to this. So we're about to go and use the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator so we can do what? Clarify. I like to say clarify to multiply. Sometimes it's about what you don't do in your business that allows you to make more revenue. Isn't that a weird thing? It's like multiplication by subtraction. So the clearer you get on just what to focus on, the more you can scale and grow your business. I'm going to show you the exact ways of doing that today. So last question, while you're getting the emails, while you're getting the email to access your $1 Million Practitioner Calculator, is I want to ask one final question. And this is probably like the number one question you need to ask. And it's, what's your Santa Fe? Why are you doing what you're doing? So this really comes down to your why. What's your why for putting in the hours that you do, going through all the schooling you've gone through? Like, what's your real reason behind that? One of my favorite clients that I got to work with is Dr. Amy Myers, autoimmune specialist. When I started with Amy, she had a one-to-one clinic in Austin, Texas. And she had a multiple 7-figure clinic in Austin, Texas, and it was draining her. She was feeling burnt out. Amy wanted something different. And you know what Amy wanted was, Amy wanted to buy a house. She wanted to build a house because she had mold toxicity. I mean, her autoimmune conditions were started because of what happened with her and mold in her home. She wanted to move to Santa Fe, buy a plot of land, and build a custom house And that was her dream. So if you can, type into chat. I want to know what your Santa Fe is. Do you want to be able to take care of your parents in old age? Do you want more flexibility and freedom so you can travel, but still have a business that utilizes your knowledge so you can leverage your expertise, but still earn income no matter where you are in the world? Like, what is it? I really actually do want to know. I'd love to see in chat, what's your Santa Fe? Amy's was still keeping her business in Austin, but we moved it from one to many. We built group programs. The first one was a candida program, and then we did an autoimmune program, then we did a thyroid program. And as a result of creating these scalable online offers, she also taught people how to utilize her supplements. Okay, I'm seeing some great, I really do want to know what your Santa Fe is. So a few are coming through. I'm going to read them. Jimena says, flexibility and freedom. So I'm guessing that's, you want to be able to not have to only see patients in person, one-on-one. You want to see people wherever you want. You want the flexibility to work when you want, where you want, with who you want. Roberta says freedom to travel. I love that. Amy says control of my schedule and ability to work from anywhere. I'm seeing a very, I'm seeing a theme here. Michelle says financial freedom to travel. Jolie, I hope I pronounced that right. Jolie says ability to work from anywhere at any time, time to spend with my kids and be present as a mom. Oh my God, I love that. Jody, Jody, what does Jody want? Let's see what Jody wants. Jody just posted. Jody, what is your Santa Fe?
Well, actually, I would love to be able to cut back on the hours I'm working. So maybe just work a couple mornings a week, yet make enough to replace my full-time income now. So, and a comfortable, lucrative income, but just, cut way back on the time, on the hours that I'm working at my age.
Okay. I'm seeing a lot of commonalities here, which is you've worked so hard, Jody, to get to where you are, right? You've trained so much. You have so much knowledge. The thing that people don't love is well, if I retire, if I shut down my one-to-one practice, what am I going to do? I can't play pickleball that many days. And so you still want to use your knowledge, but you can use it in a way that still helps people worldwide by creating flexibility in your schedule so you can travel, but you can have online group programs, you can have scalable offers that don't need you. Glennis says she wants to make extra money to help pay for my daughter's college and to cut back on hours. I need flexible schedule while increasing income, right? So you want to be able to replace your one-on-one income. Everyone said they wanted more flexibility. I think COVID has really taught us that we want the ability to not have to only be in one place. We can make money from wherever we are. And we're going to talk about that today. Today is going to be about clarity. So thank you so much for putting your answers in. If you're watching the replay, there's something special about typing it in. Even if we're not seeing it in real time, what's your Santa Fe? If you can, I just want you to type it in if you're watching even the replay of this. So the whole idea is that becoming $1 million practitioner, or becoming a practitioner that just has $10,000 extra a month coming in, whatever that number is for you, right? It doesn't start by playing small, right? It starts by being committed to that why, so it's big enough to get you to the next step. So I want to just jump right in and get right into the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator. I want you to have your copy of that. And so to be able to have this, so you can use it whenever you want, you just go to healatscale.com/JODI2023. You put your name and your email address in, and then the email will send you the version of this calculator. Now, I would say watch me go through it first. So you can go through it with me, but I think it'll actually make sense if we go through it together, and maybe you see me in an example of doing it. And there's one column in this calculator. Okay, there's one column, and it's called the truth column. And the color of trust is blue. So there's this little column right here that when we're going through this, okay, I built this calculator for me. So I could do projections on what I wanted. It ended up being so useful for me. I started using it with my private clients. My private clients loved it so much. It was so clear. I was like, why don't I make this into something that everybody can use so that they can have clarity? And there's this blue column. Okay. So please play along with me, but just know there's something in this blue column that you haven't considered before. And this is where ultimate clarity is going to come from, literally in like the next 15 minutes. And I want to know what you see. And so please type into chat when you're starting to get some ahas around this, because they will come. I promise you that. So I'm going to get out of the iPad. I'm going to go over to my computer screen, and I'm going to share what you will be sent when you get the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator, this exact page. I'm just going to go through it, the same thing you will have. So I'm just going to share my actual computer screen. Jody, can you see that? Okay. So what's on here, let's not even worry about this right now, is there's a little video tutorial of me walking through some of the stuff that I just went through. Skip it. We're going to just scroll down right here to where it says, let's calculate your potential annual revenue. Okay, and this is where we start to play with your numbers. Now, we're not going to start at the top of the calculator. We're actually going to start right here. Jody, can you read what that says? Is that large enough that you can read what that says? And Jody, will you play along with me here? Because I want your expertise here.
Definitely. I've downloaded it too, so I'm going to really play along.
Okay, good. So one-on-one patients, where I like to start is where are we right now? And I think a majority of people are seeing people either virtually or in person, and they're really growing their practice, or they've been growing their practice, but they're trading dollars for hours. So I did some research and I looked up like what the average functional medicine physician or practitioner makes, and it looks like somewhere between about 150 and 175 US dollars, so around 150 to 175 dollars. What I want to know is about an average hourly visit. I looked up some stats, and it looks like it's around 150. If we're going to say, I know you've got an initial consultation that might be 90 minutes, so maybe you're charging between, I don't know, $200 to $500 for that. And then you've got your visits, like a package of visits. What I want to do here, and if you're playing along, it's like, what are you charging for your one-on-one visits? If you just average it across all the visits you had last year, about how much would that average hourly rate, Jody? What do you think that is?
I'm actually quite high now. I didn't start out that way, but I would say
You
average
are,
is like
sure.
200. But for me, it's like I'm charging probably about
You're-
$530 to.
Okay, so Jody, that's what you're going to put in here. Okay, you're going to put
Mhm.
your rate in there. What do you think it is, like, average for people that will be watching this? I want it to be very useful for everyone watching. What would you say it is for them?
So I would say around 200 a session,
Perfect.
let's say.
Okay, and about how many hours a week
And
are
this
you
is, of
actually
course, cash
billable?
pay. This is not a managed care model.
No,
This
no,
is
no, no,
cash
no.
pay,
This is
right?
definitely not. No, this is cash pay practice for sure.
Mm-hmm. And how many
So,
hours a week? I mean, I would say the average functional practitioner that I talk to takes about 4 or 5 patients a day.
okay,
So figure, let's say 4 times 5 is 20. Let's say they do 20 patients or 22 patients a week, let's say.
perfect. Okay, those numbers, and I put my calculator, the way the calculator calculates is it's forcing you to take some weeks of vacation, 4 weeks of vacation. I know not all of you are doing that, but I'm only
Mhm.
calculating this 48 out of 52 weeks. So I'm trying to say, hey, make sure you're taking some time off in there.
Yeah, but I would even say the average is not, I mean, people are struggling to build their practices too. So maybe say like 15 billable hours a week on that. I wouldn't even say it's that high. So
I like
that's
to be
probably more
conservative
realistic.
around that.
Yeah.
Yep, because you got admin, you've got other things you're needing to do, you've got
Hmm.
marketing and sales, your front desk, whatever it happens to be. Perfect. So now this is generally someone's business model right here. For a lot of people I talk to, this is their entire business model, right? They see people and they make this much money, and that ends up being what it is. So let's just leave that the way it is. What I want to talk about is building that bridge to freedom, because what we're going to talk about right now is clarity. And the whole frame, everything I'm going to talk about right now, is really about diversifying your revenue stream. Okay, this is a diversification of additional revenue streams, right? So you can decrease risk and you can increase financial stability in your life and in your business. So we're just going to talk about some ways of doing that. So I'm going to show you an example that some people we work with, how they get to $1 million a year practice. And then we're going to cut it down. And if anyone wants to go through and like do an actual example of this, I love doing this live. I love doing actual examples with real people and running some real numbers. But I'm going to just kind of show you how this works out. So I'm going to replace, get my chat out of the way so I can see everybody. Okay, so the way this works is when people come into our world, one of the very first things we're coaching them how to do, and when Jody came in to work with us, this was the very first thing we were coaching Jody on how to do is, okay, how do we come up with a core program offer that is scalable, right? We've got our one-to-one. So how do you figure out what this is? What are you the best at treating? So I'm bringing chat up so I can see this. So what I want to know is if you had to pick, and I bet that you're probably good at treating lots of different things. So if you're watching right now, you might be, multi-passionate about treating various kinds of condition-specific issues, chronic issues. For you, when you're seeing patients, what's the thing that you're best at? What do you want to be known for? Right? When I was working with Dr. Amy Myers and helping her build up her business, Amy focused on autoimmunity and a lot on thyroid. And once she started doing that really well, then she added on Candida. Then she added on other autoimmune protocols. Then she added on a major supplement line. So I'd like to know in chat, what's your specialty? If you get to be a specialist and help a specific person get through a specific problem, what is that? And the reason is we need it for this core program offer, because I don't want you to make a program that's so general. I want you to focus on something that's specific. So what would that be for you in chat? Okay, Roberta says metabolic dysfunction. Okay, awesome. Jody, what would it be for you?
Gosh, there's so many, but I would say a couple of the areas where I'd want to focus is ADHD, I also anxiety and weight loss. Those are three that I feel like are not as labor intensive as some of the, going into lab testing and things like a lot of lab testing and things like that. So
yeah, makes sense. Okay, Michael says anxiety. Perfect. So I want you to pick something, and whatever it is, just let it be that for now. But you want to pick something to be, that's your niche, that's your lane. Once you build a big list of people, you can go wider. But initially, you want to focus in. Okay, April says reproductive age, women's hormones, love it, PCOS and endo. Amy says hormone imbalance, awesome. Glenna says fatigue, brain fog, and belly fat. Okay, cool. I love these. This is great. So you're going to pick your idea. Now, the way we generally see this breaking down is like this. We like to see your core program, what you're going to sell your core program for. This is a scalable offer. Okay. So this is something that you can sell one person into or 50 people into, and it takes the same amount of your time. Whereas where one-on-one, you're trading dollars for hours, your core program, your signature program, your live or evergreen program, that's what we're talking about in building a core program offer. It's scalable. Okay, we like to see that sold somewhere between like $1,000 and $2,500, depending on the market. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go middle-ish on this. I'm going to say maybe you're selling the program for $14.95. We see that all day long where people sell their group scalable program for around $14.95. And this is not first year people, right? I'm showing some of our $1 million practitioners. First year, you probably won't be selling this many, but we'd like to see you kind of aiming for that 160 to maybe 200 people a year in this program. Now, we had a client last year put 543 people into a program her very first time out. So the first program she launched, she put 543. Are you going to do that your first time out? Probably not. Some of our students that are just starting out are putting like 30, 20, 30, 20, 30, 40, 50 into their program, right? So I want you to kind of think based upon my email list, my social media size, how many people could I sell into? And we're just projecting. This is not what is, this is what could be a year from now. So I'm gonna say, let's just factor it around 200, right? So it's adding, an extra $300,000 to the business, not bad, but we could do better. So this is something that Jody's a real expert at. And so if you want to know someone who's pro at this next move, it is Miss Jody Franklin, right? So we've got this core program. or you've even got your billable hours. What I want you to consider having is for a portion of the people you serve, or a portion of the people on your list, maybe 3 to 5% of those people will ascend into a high ticket concierge style offer. And we see people sell those somewhere between, let's call it 9,000 to 29,000. We kind of see a big range between $10,000 and $30,000 for a high-end concierge style program. And we see people get, like, maybe you could do one a month, or maybe you're 2 a month for that. Jody, let's have a quick conversation around this, because you're amazing at this in terms of having the confidence and the skills, because I always say that confidence comes from the evidence of competence. And you're very competent about what you do, so you're confident enough to sell something. Can we talk about high ticket offers real quick, and how you add those into your business, because it's important?
So I offer a high-end $9,800 offer, and it does include lab work though.
Yep,
So
yep,
there's more costs involved, but we
of
get the
course.
wholesale cost for the lab work. So it's not too bad. And sometimes I can push it through insurance as well. But that's the high ticket offer I'm offering. And then I have the other one that I discussed that's more of the average offer that I offer.
Yeah. So people will do like a 3 month, even a year-long program. Like one client that I was talking to just yesterday, what they're doing now is they have a hyperbaric chamber business. And so people come for the hyperbarics, but then they also want to know what else to do long term. So they'll be in like a more high-ticket program. So this is just one of the things, you don't need to add it on right away, but I want you to start thinking. So much of this today is about clarity, right? Clarity around what can I do in my business within a next year or two to start growing how I want to grow. And then this will be a pick and choose. Some of this you might want to do. Some of this you might want to do. When you watch this video up here, there's a woman case study in this video where we're going through the calculator in real time. Her entire business is a high ticket offer. She sells a $30,000 program for people in the diabetes space, and she makes a lot of money with only selling a high ticket offer. Some people only have a core program that makes them $1 million a year. So you can do $1 million on any of these. We're just creating multiple streams of revenue. Now, some people will buy your core program. Some people will invest in your high ticket, but the people that can't make this kind of an investment in core program or high ticket, they'll buy your lower ticket thing. So what we love to see in this realm, I'm going to say it's like a $450 case review. Maybe you're doing some labs and you're looking at their labs and you're getting on a call with them. And what we like to see is you'll sell a portion of these people into your core program and maybe a few of them into your high ticket. But I want to see some sort of a low ticket where you can bring people in and say, hey, if you're in my state or whatever your regulations and your rules are for how you see patients, you can do this to where maybe you're looking at their labs, analyzing that and making recommendations. And then of course, offering them the next step of what could be working with you as a patient or coming in your group program or high ticket, right? I want you to have multiple streams, multiple avenues for how you can get people the results that they're looking for without you having to do it one-on-one, right? That's my whole goal for you, is to wind down one-on-one as much as you want while you scale up flexibility and freedom from having a group program that's scalable. Okay. So students per year in this can get kind of big. I don't know if we want to go too much into this, but man, you could put 100 people in that real easy. It doesn't end up being a bunch of extra revenue, but these are, calls. You're still having to take these calls and assess these people, or you can have a low ticket offer. Like Jody might have her core programs. And then Jody, you mentioned a number of things that you could do that you said wouldn't take as long, right? So some of those programs you were talking about on anxiety, on weight loss, you could even sell those programs for $995. And maybe you're putting like an extra 150 people a year into that can't afford this. They won't do this, but they'd buy a 4 to 6 week program that still got them a result, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can just have a lower ticket offer. Now, some people love this. We might not even add this in yet, but it's called a monthly continuity program. This is like a membership site, kind of like Netflix, where you pay a monthly fee and it ends up being like a lifestyle community. What a lot of people do here is, how do you keep people adhering to the plan? You keep people adhering to get their results by diet, lifestyle, mindset. And so you might want some sort of like a monthly continuity program where you've got a membership site and they come into your monthly program, and maybe you're doing a call once or twice a month. Maybe you're bringing a special guest in to do a presentation, and then you're just keeping them adhered to your protocol with diet, lifestyle, integrative, functional tenements. You're just keeping them on the root cause path so they don't end up over in the allopathic world. So we see people charge all day long $99 a month with that. But monthly members really depends on like the size of your email list, how much you're willing to invest in traffic. This is one of those things that does take time and effort. And I would like to see you have a nice large email list and a bunch of cash before you start doing the monthly continuity. But some people can put like, I don't know, 500 people into one of those. We're not going to focus on that right now. I think I'm going to take out monthly continuity altogether. I want you to know it's an option. And then some people, their entire business is just that. But I'm going to show you where I think it'll come down and get better. Now, digital products are like a lower version of this low ticket offer. So digital products could be ebooks. Maybe you're selling ebooks for like $45 on a specific small thing. Digital products are just like lesser things that you might sell on your website for those people that'll just want to buy something quick. They are low cost, so they're easy decisions. And we'll see people sell per week, maybe 25 a week of these. It doesn't add up much, but it gets buyers onto your list. So if you can sell a low ticket product, a real low price product, it makes it really easy for someone to make a decision. It's a very condition specific thing, a checklist, a cheat sheet, recipes, something that's very specific, but at least it gets them onto your email list. And then when they're on their email list, you can sell them into other products. Okay, we're going to finish this up, and I'd like to take any questions. This one's my fave because once you get this flywheel going, this is where things can get big. Now, I will say building a supplement company is not an easy thing. You got to be 100% committed to just that. Oh yeah, there it is, an AMMD. I know that logo. I may have had something to do with helping that brand grow. Love it.
Those of you watching us on Facebook, I'm holding up Dr. Amy Myers, one of her supplements, because he mentioned supplements and he was really influential in helping Amy see different streams of income like this. And she's a household name for supplements now, really. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
I just had a great, I just had lunch with her chief marketing officer a few weeks ago. So I got all caught up in that business. Okay. So Jody, what do you think an average price for supplements is these days, whether it's like leaky gut or collagen, or just what do you think an average price
maybe like $40, $50?
Yeah, 40, 50. Let's just call it 40. So now the brand we were just looking at, right? That's going to be like 15,000 units a week plus. I'm going low. So that's selling 15,000 units a week. It's a monster of a business. She owns a distribution center. She owns, I don't know, we'll go into it, but it's a big business with lots of moving parts. I don't think you need to do that right out the gate. What you can do is you can have a Wellevate account, which is now a full script account, and you can get people using your protocols within full script and have packages and deals and be able to give discounts within there. So, you know, if you could sell 30 units a week, maybe 40 or 50 units a week to the people that are in your core program, some of your high ticket people, your low ticket people, right? And people that come in to see you in your office, like those people will continue buying supplements for you, especially if they've got your specific discount code. Jody, what I'd love to know, and I bet what everyone would love to know, is how do you utilize this in your coaching and who the people you work with one-on-one or whether in groups?
Well, actually, I'm not great at this. I mean, I do have it on my website, but I don't do a lot of sales off my website with supplements. But I do, obviously, with every individual we work with, we're selling supplements and we let them use our dispensary. We give them the discount, like 10, maybe 10% on the dispensaries. Yep. So we get a check every month from a couple dispensaries that we work with.
Perfect. Yeah, and that's what we like to see. So the loyalty part of this is they don't go other places to buy their supplements. Once they know your store and your protocols, and they have your discount code, like the practitioner I talked about earlier in this call, our naturopathic doctor, we don't go other places to buy supplements because we get a super big discount through buying through her full script account. So and that's just extra money to her every month. So I'd like to see that. Okay, two other things that Jody is probably the world's best expert on are two different things, okay? Affiliate income inbound and affiliate income outbound. Let's talk about the difference between these two things. So affiliate income inbound is when you go out and find people, ambassadors, partners, joint venture partners to mail for that. Actually, this is inbound for you. So affiliate income inbound are people mailing to your stuff. So let's say that you build a core program and you can go out to people who have similar audiences and you can say, hey, I will give you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever that split happens to be, percentage of this price right here if you promote my product to your list of people, or you do a live or a collab or something and you split the revenue. That's affiliate income inbound. Affiliate income outbound is when you start to build up a following on social media or email, and then you promote other people's things that you like. Could be like Butcher Box or Beauty Counter or Sunlight and Saunas or a Beamer or eStim devices. Lots and lots and lots of things that you could do, right? You could be promoting other people's stuff and making money there. Now, I find affiliate income inbound when they're mailing for your offers. I think you can get like a $2 to $3 earning per click. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Just put like between $1 and $3 in this column. I'm going to put 3. Our offers convert somewhere between $10 and $22 earning per click. But 3 is kind of an average for stuff coming inbound. And then clicks per month. It depends on the affiliate you're working with. I think getting 3,000 to 5,000 clicks a month is pretty dang easy, because some affiliates have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on their email list, and they can send 3,000 to 5,000 clicks with only mailing a small portion of the list. So I think it's reasonable to be somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 clicks. Now, affiliate come outbound, that is completely dependent on the size of your current email list. So you're emailing your list. So let's say you can get about $1, maybe it's $1 earning per click emailing for other people's offers. And maybe your email list is small. Maybe you have a 2,000, 2,500 person email list and you can send 500 clicks a month. So it doesn't add up to that much more revenue, but it's something, right? And then I'm going to leave these off. Sponsored content, I'm not even going to talk about. And sponsored events. You need to have a social media following of 20 to 50,000 people in a specific niche to be able to get sponsored for posting. So you can, once you get big enough, people will pay you between $4,000 and $20,000 for sponsored posts for their products. I'm not even going to factor this in because I don't know if you have a social media following big enough to get sponsored content or to do sponsored events. But that is another way that a lot of our clients make money, is because they have big followings and they can get sponsored content, sponsored events. I will say, I want you to think about this. Okay, this is vision board stuff and no one thinks about this. Okay, I'm going to give you a little nugget that, oh my gosh, so smart. Did you know some people make a majority of their income by being the spokesperson for a brand, or one of a number of spokespersons for a brand? So I won't tell you who my clients are that do this, but some of them earn a big chunk of their revenue by going on podcasts and talking about who they are the spokesperson of this brand for. And so they make a decent chunk of revenue, $500,000 to $1 million a year, just on being a spokesperson for a brand. How do I become a spokesperson for a brand? Well, you reach out to those people and you say, I'd like to be a spokesperson for your brand. And you either become an affiliate or an official spokesperson. Okay, so it could be a way you could add a nice chunk of revenue by being a spokesperson for a brand you already like. Okay, last thing, and I'm gonna stop. Last thing, I would like to look at some questions. Other revenue, and sometimes this will be like a doTERRA, an MLM. It could be like something that you get passive income from promoting. So I know there's a number of things that Jody might promote or other people where you get somebody on that platform and that platform continues to send you commission checks. So that can be, I mean, anywhere from low $2,500 a month to $25,000 a month, depending on how good of a job you do of promoting that. So let's say you've got 2,500 coming in, and maybe you've got one of those, so it's an extra 30. Now, I don't even know what this number down is here yet. All I'm saying is we've added on a high ticket offer and a core program. We're looking at some low ticket. We didn't do any monthly continuity membership. And what do you say, just for the sake of this example, we're not working as much one-on-one. So maybe we take it down to 5 hours a week. So, because we're doing this other stuff, we don't want to be spending as many hours. Maybe we're working one day. Okay. We're working one day a week, seeing patients 4 hours. Okay. Let's take it way down. But we're starting to add on additional streams of revenue. Let's just see where we're at, because I don't even know yet. So, okay, we're just a little over 1 million with adding these additional things on. Is this your year one? No. But is this what happens when you stay consistent over time, adding additional streams of revenue so that you can decrease risk of events like COVID and only having a one-on-one practice, and you can increase financial stability by having multiple streams of revenue? Now, Jody, do you remember what column I said is going to be the clarity column?
The one on the right.
Okay. So in my actual spreadsheet, when I actually built this the first time for me, it's column G, but it's this blue one. Blue is the color of trust. So what I want to do is I want to put this number back up, our hours, our billable hours, to where we had it. I think it was like 15. Jody, this is where I want to, one, walk through this with you, because this is the important part. The important part is, what should I focus on? I can't do all of these things. Travis, this is overwhelming. Well, this is where clarity comes in, because like spinning plates, you can do one at a time. So get one spinning well before you get the next one. So as we go through here, can you see what this says here, Jody? When I highlight that?
Percentage of total revenue.
Okay, so as we're looking through here, we want to look for the things that are high in our percentage of overall revenue. Okay, so a core program, 25, high ticket offer, 24, low ticket offer, 13%. Okay, seeing our one-on-one patients, if it was the same as we were before, 12%. Even if we worked 22 hours a week, it's still only 17%. Okay, gosh, what if you're saying 30 hours a week? It's still, okay, that's a lot of hours in a week. I don't think you can do that. And it's 22%. So we were at 15, 12%, digital products, 5%, supplements, 9%, affiliate income, 9, outbound, 1, 0, 0, 0, and 3% down here. So Jody, if it were you coaching someone on what to focus on first, what would you focus on?
Well, I would probably do the groups, the top, right? The core program offer. And I have a story about that when you're ready, but
I'm ready. I'm totally ready.
no, I just want to say I tried doing something like this on my own. And the first time I ran a program, only one person signed up. And it was mortifying. And we actually ran it. And I was doing it with somebody. So we had to split the cost. We made no money.
Oh, no.
And it was like, well, let's just run it and then we'll run it again. And I never wound up running it again because it was just so abysmal. Fast forward to doing your program that explained to me how to set this up properly. I already have 400 people on the wait list for when I launch this program. I'm hoping I have to launch it this spring. I really am committed to doing that. And I think I'm going to just crush it with this, and it'll be, it'll really free up my time because I'll have a lot of income coming in with that. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. I will put a metric up for anybody. So what we find is that for every 1,000 people on your email list, you close around 3% of them into your program. So that's kind of how the math breaks down. Now, I will say this. These numbers need to be individualized for you. You get to sit in vision and take a minute to go through the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator and just run some numbers about what would be possible for you in 90 to 100 days from now. What would be possible for you? And then what I like to look at is, we call this multiplication by subtraction. I can't do all of these things. I was on, tell you what, I actually probably have it in here. I'm not going to tell you what business it is. I'm actually going to go into my personal calculator. I think I have it in here. And I'll show you my personal calculator that I use when I'm working with clients. I did this last night with somebody. I won't tell you whose business it is, but they see one-on-one patients in their clinic, but they've got multiple practitioners in this business. And so it's 90 hours a week across the whole business because they've got multiple people that they see. So they do a decent business just from that, right? So we ran their numbers last night. I won't tell you who it is, but we're going to be doing a core program with them, 2,500. They think this 350 is a low number for them because they have a decently sized email list and social following. They're high ticket. They're going to be bringing concierge people actually into their clinic, stay at the place next door, and work with them on and off for a 6-month period. They'll do 24 of those a year. But what I want to show you is this was the 100% of their business. Right
Not
here.
to mention the cost, because they have to pay those practitioners. So, it's not all revenue.
This is revenue, not profit.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, this is a revenue calculator, not a profit calculator. And that's not a bad revenue, not a bad overall number. But when you look at this, like the truth column G, percentage of total revenue, is going to start getting bigger and bigger and bigger because each year this will grow. 350 their first year, right? Maybe it's 700 the next. All of a sudden, that becomes the percentage of total revenue becomes so big. So I just want you to play with the calculator, because what this should be is truth for you about what to do next. Now, I've done this calculation over 100 times, well over 100 times with private clients. I want you to run through your version of the $1 Million Practitioner Calculator, put your numbers in, and let this blue column to be truth for you. So if your truth is that your core program, a high ticket offer, a low ticket offer, monthly continuity, ends up being something that's exciting for you to move towards because it creates flexibility, it creates freedom, it creates multiple streams of revenue that don't require you to be in one place. You can be anywhere in the world that has an internet connection and still have these offers growing. That's something that I specialize in helping with. And so what I want to do is, I don't have anything to sell on this call. I have zero to sell. Put away your credit cards. I only want to say, if you can see yourself moving in the direction of building scalability into your business, flexibility into your business, freedom into your business, having multiple streams of revenue that don't require you working one-to-one, I want to offer to just hop on a call with you. I want to offer to be like, hey, if this could be a right fit for you, I'll jump on a call with you for 50 minutes and we'll discuss your specific business, but I want to show you who it's not for. Okay. So I want to say it might be for you, it might not be for you, but I want to give you a decision-making process, because what do I like to optimize for? I like to optimize for clarity. So I'm going to share my iPad screen one more time. And I'm going to say, before I get to the place where I'll say, hey, if this is right for you, let's just hop on a call and discuss your options. I want to know what's been most valuable so far. Jody, what's been a nugget from this for you? And I would love to see in chat, if you're still watching, could you comment, like, what's been a valuable nugget for you? What have you seen that might be an aha about your business and where you can go?
I think for me is just leveraging more and doing more of those groups, because I've started to do it, but I feel like I need to just continue to offer that and launch what I need to launch to get there. And it's really inspired me to really get it going. Everybody in my group that when I went through Travis's program, the people that have launched their program have done phenomenal. I mean, I remember Megan and Dr. Meg were in my program. Megan's a nurse practitioner, and she brought in, what is it, like 40,000 her first launch, or 46, and now she's repeated it twice. So she keeps bringing in money on these group programs. She's replacing what she was making as a nurse practitioner just in launching these groups. So how much does she have to work? Once you have it set, you just rinse and repeat. And you already have all the materials done once you put the work in the beginning, and then you just repeat it. And Dr. Meg is doing really well with her headache program. I just love seeing everybody thrive with this, and I can't wait to launch mine. I know there's been a couple of questions. So Glynis wants to know if you can watch it later. So if you're on our email list, you'll get a copy of the replay automatically. It should be posted in the group. But also, if you're not on the email list, message Terry Clanton. She's in our Facebook group. She's a moderator in our group, or an admin, and you can give her your email address and we'll make sure to get you the replay. And Glynis also wants to know, how do you get people? Well, that's what Travis and Joy teach you in the program is, oh my gosh, like before, the very first thing we do is clean up your social media, and they teach you how to do this and how to get people before you even thought about what you're going to do for a program, they get you on social media asking questions and split testing it and figuring out if it's a viable product that you're going to be selling, or service that you're going to be selling. And then you start getting people on your email list right away. So I already have a pretty big email list, but not specifically for this. So there's 400 people just lined up just for this. And then I have my other email list I'm going to broadcast to as well. Oh, there I am. And there's my group.
So there's clients that you'd probably recognize that we've worked with one-on-one, but what we like doing more is like working with groups of people. And Jody will probably recognize a bunch of these people, but this was Jody's actual cohort that she was in, and the people she's talking about, I think are actually here and here.
Right. Yep.
Right. And so we actually prefer working with practitioners in the integrative, holistic, functional health space to help you grow your group programs. It ends up being what we love doing. And what I'd like to offer you is, if it's a right fit, is what's called a game plan session, where I ask you 9 questions about your business. And I can pinpoint exactly where you are in your business, and I can tell you the right next move, even if it's not me. But I want to show you who it's for and who it's not for. So this ends up being what our session looks like. These are, I don't know, 9 of the sessions I've had over the last few weeks, where I'm going through, and these are all different individual processes that I take through. So it's all about you and your business. And if it makes sense that you want to add scalability, flexibility with an online group program, I want to have a conversation with you about your business and if it's the right time, because sequencing is everything, to do this. So to book a call with me, it's healatscale.com/friend of Jody. And you can literally book a 50-minute call with me where I'll assess, we'll basically do this exact process, me asking questions about your business and seeing exactly what you need first. And I'll give you like 3 very clear steps. I will tell you 1, 2, and 3 what things would really move the needle for you and your business. But here's who it's for and who it's not for. So I always want to know who it's not for, right? So this is not for you if you are focused right here. If your only focus is on building your one-on-one practice, I'm not good at helping with that. That is not my specialty. I'm a specialist in these areas up here, and the areas below down here, okay? If you only want to grow your one-on-one practice and you just want to build a virtual or a one-to-one practice in here, I'm not your guy. There's lots of other people that can help you with that piece. That's not me. It's the difference between a generalist and a specialist.
I just want to say also, Megan didn't have any one-on-ones. I don't think. I think she had like nothing. Like she was just like, I just need to make money because she wanted to quit her full-time nurse practitioner job and spend more time with her kids.
Can we tell that story?
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, you haven't worked with anyone, you're going to do this. And she did it, and she's crushing it. She's doing great.
Now, it didn't. So let's just tell the real story. The real story is she came into the program excited, wanting to build scalable group offers. And about 2 weeks into the program, she got fired from her job, basically. Well, she got an ultimatum because she worked in a hormone clinic. Her supervising physician saw what we were teaching her how to do: grow her email list, post on social media, get people into her early interest process, nurture that. So we saw that. And he goes, well, either you can keep your job or you can go play social media. And because her husband had a good, decent, stable job, she said, I'm going to go all in on this, and he's going to take care of the family while I'm figuring this out. Well, fast forward a year and a half, she's making way more money than him in a one-to-one practice. And now she's got her own group coaching programs. She's building her 2nd or 3rd program now. And as a result of, this is the funny part. As a result of doing all this stuff here, it filled her one-on-one practice as well. Now, my goal isn't to fill your one-on-one practice because that's time for money. I don't necessarily want to fill your one-on-one practice, but isn't it interesting as a result of what we'll teach you how to do social media, how to do posting the right way, how to grow your email list, how to put your information out there so you do sell your online group programs, you become more visible, and conversion happens in conversations. And we show you how to start more conversations so that you can sell more of this and this and this and this. But as a byproduct, people end up getting more people in their one-on-one, but they charge more. Jody, did you see people in the program where we helped charge a lot more for their one-on-one? So they were actually getting paid what they were worth. That's what we love to do.
Well, you're looking at me and you actually challenged me to raise my one-on-one. And I said, well, I'm already really high end. And and I went ahead and did it. And I was nervous about it, but it was a really good move. You've actually made me a lot of money just on that one tip in the program. And I know Yancey's saying creating content seems like complex and like Mount Everest. I worry about clients getting enough content for the cost. And I will say, Travis and Joy simplify that for you so it doesn't feel like Mount Everest anymore, and they know what works and what doesn't. Can you just show those practitioners that you've worked with before? Because I just want you guys to take this in for just a second, because they have worked with, no, I'm talking about the, yeah, just look at this list of practitioners that they have brought to the limelight. I mean, these are,
Yeah, we helped Dr. Daniel Amen build out one of his brain-based supplement lines.
these are household names.
I was JJ Virgin's chief marketing officer for many, many years. Any of her New York Times bestseller launches, I was responsible for building all of the marketing and sales processes of her. Joy's done a lot of coaching and messaging and marketing for Deborah, Mark Sklar. Oh, we love Sarah. Sarah, we worked with multiple times, and one was coming into Metagenics to help them really grow the digital side of the Metagenics brand. Chris, Joy's done a lot of work for Chris. And these last two, I mean, I've been the chief marketing officer for Amy Myers for a while and John Asraf for a long time. So like when I say that I've figured out what worked, I have, because I've spent a lot of time figuring out in these other brands. What I've done is I've distilled it down into just exactly what works, what pages convert, what emails convert, what to post where, when, marketing calendars, promotional calendars. You get all of those step-by-step processes and templates when you work with us. Because I've spent so much time figuring it out, I've spent so much time doing it wrong, I've spent enough time figuring out to get it right, and I can give you high converting processes and symptoms and templates that they're guaranteed to work because I've already done the work. And then now we get to use them with everyday health heroes like you that are seeing patients one-on-one and want more flexibility, scalability in your practice. And I'd love to hop on a call to go through your specific business, your specific ideas, and give you 3 really great prescriptions for what to do next in your business so you can have more flexibility and scalability and have the revenue you want without having to work one-on-one in your business day in, day out. And you can get that by going to healatscale.com/friend of Jody.
And they're helping with your scale. I mean, you think about it, to get a marketing team like this on you one-on-one would be hundreds of thousands of dollars. This program is so reasonably priced. And so they're not going to give you a hard sell on it at all. Travis isn't like that, but he'll give you some clarity on where you need to head and maybe which programs of theirs might help you. The investment is minuscule compared to the return on investment with what you're going to get. It's already paid off for me just in terms of my one-on-ones when I'm doing my group programs. I'm charging more for the one that I already had launched. I have another one called Vanishing Vitiligo, and that has upscaled me because I'm using that the webinar template and scripting for that program now, when we just finished editing that. So we'll put that on. We're going to be a lot more people coming into that program because of it. And I just know it because our webinar was horrible before that. It's going to save you so much time and effort and just bring you right to the spotlight. And just know those names that you saw up there on the screen, they were just like you and me, wanting to get into this field, wanting to massively have an impact on lots of patients. And they got the help they needed, and now they're household names. So you can be the same, whether you want to be a household name or not. Even if you just doubled your revenue because of what you're learning in this, wouldn't it be worth it? Or do a program so that you can maybe quit your full-time job if you wanted to get out of managed care and do this kind of work. They just teach you how to do it and how to have so much more impact to help your patients get truly better. And I've been able to help so many more people in the group programs. And actually, if you look at James Maskell's book, Community Cure, people actually do better in groups. They heal better in groups. They love the community. They're feeling better. And clinical studies have proven it. So you're helping your patients on an entirely different level by getting them doing these kind of massive programs. And they could be small at first and grow. You can turn them into evergreens, so you're getting passive income from that. So after you've run the program a few times, take the recordings and make it a program that you can charge less for people to just go through the recordings. I mean, you get sales at night while you're sleeping because people are up searching the internet for your program, or they heard about your program through a friend, they sign up for it. You wake up in the morning, you just made $500 before you started your day, or $1,000 if a few people signed up. So, it's just a way to just leverage and I didn't think about any of this when I was learning functional medicine. It was like, it was always one-on-one. Everyone was talking about one-on-one. And it opened my eyes to so much more. So I can't recommend it highly enough. Go to healatscale.com/friend of Jodi. And you can talk to Travis about the possibilities and see, because he has a couple levels of programs that may benefit you depending on where you are in your business. So get some clarity with him. And they are just so amazing. I just want to say one other thing about the program. I know the people coming into the program were saying that they were expecting to get some really good tips and learn how to do a group program. They had no idea not the complexity, because I don't want to say it's complex, but just how well done this program is and how much they've thought about every little thing that you need to do to make your launch successful. So if you've tried doing group things on your own, it's nothing like this. This is, I remember one of your people you spoke of earlier did her first launch. She's a nurse practitioner, and she ran her first launch on gut health and did $500,000 her first launch. And this was the cohort right before us. I mean, that's just insane. And she said that's more money than she's ever made as a nurse practitioner combined. So it's really fun, and you'll learn so much from it. And everybody in the program was just blown away by it. So I love to bring you guys the best resources, and Travis and Joy are just top notch. They're fantastic, and I can't recommend it highly enough. So you guys have my blessing.
Thank you,
Some
Jodi.
questions here. Nicole says she's not here yet, but when she'll reach out when she's ready. So you
Perfect.
could still get
Sequencing,
clarity
right
if you
time,
want to reach
yep.
out now, Nicole. You don't have to, even if you're not ready to purchase anything, at least find out a little more about it. And Glynis is looking forward to it. She's going to do it. So I'm sure
Yay,
you'll hear
Glynis
from her
Brooks.
soon.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to talking to you, Glynis.
All right. And I posted the link below here, right below Zimina. And I think I have to get going. There's some calls here, but anyway, let me know if you all have any questions. But I hope you all decide to at least make a call with Travis. No obligation to do anything, but just find out what they can offer you for your business. It's very reasonably priced, like I said, and even one launch, it'll pay for itself easily. So anyway. Take care. Travis, thank you so much for coming on today. This is awesome.
I love this group
Zimina
of
is
people.
working. Is it
I
her or
love
his call?
I love what this community is up to in the world. Root cause medicine, functional, integrative health. It's what we believe in. It's what our community is all about. And if you want to be with a group of peers headed in the same direction, like it's just at least give it a chance to see if it's right for you. So book a call, no obligation, healatscale.com/friend of Jodi. And I look forward to speaking for you if it's the right time.
Thank you. Take care
Thank you,
out,
Jodi.
y'all. Bye-bye. Have a great day.